With the Culling Games now looming over everyone as Kenjaku's ancient master plan begins to come together, it's imperative to talk about one of the most important characters in all of Jujutsu Kaisen. No, we're not talking about Gojo, Kenjaku, or even Sukuna. In today's video, we'll be exploring the character of Master Tengen, the ancient sorcerer who remains a massive enigma despite holding one of the most important roles in this universe. Join us as we delve into his history, his powers, and the reason why Kenjaku is so obsessed with him. Without wasting any more time, let's get into the true origins of Tengen, the immortal architect of Jujutsu Kaisen's barriers. Let's begin. Tengen's true origins. The Jujutsu Kaisen universe is one that has a lot of lore and history behind it. It's been crafted intricately by Gege Akutami. While the primary antagonist of the series is an ancient being, the King of Curses Sukuna, there are others who rival him in terms of their longevity and influence on the Jujutsu world. One such character is that of Master Tengen, the enigmatic and immortal sorcerer who dwells within the tombs of stars. Once a normal human sorcerer, Tengen would achieve immortality thanks to his unique curse technique. No one knows when he was born, but his recorded activity began around the Nara period, around 710 to 794 AD. Besides his role of maintaining a barrier around the two Jujutsu high schools, Tengen is credited with spreading the tenets of Jujutsu around Japan. Such was his influence that he was called Hoshi and spawned religious cults who worshipped the star as their deity. Tengen has an extremely benevolent and mild-mannered personality that oozes wisdom with every word he speaks. From what we've seen so far, Tengen doesn't seem to withhold the knowledge he's accumulated in his long life. He actively helps Yuji and Co. with whatever they need to know in their quest to defeat Kenjaku, including questions about his own true nature, which might be considered awkward by many. This is also further confirmed by the way in which he asks Geto and Gojo to accommodate Amanai Riko's wishes during her final days, understanding full well what the young girl would be going through. It wouldn't be a stretch to say that while he's not the strongest sorcerer of all time, Tengen is the spiritual foundation of the Jujutsu Society, and his importance cannot be overstated. How does Tengen's immortality work? As we already mentioned, Tengen's curse technique grants him his immortality, and this ability comes with several caveats. You see, while the ancient monk can never truly die, his immortality doesn't prevent him from aging. This is a paradox because, while he won't die, his biological body does age and will reach a point where it can no longer sustain him. To overcome this predicament, Tengen must fuse with another human who appears once every 500 years as the Star Plasma Vessel. This merger erases the Star Plasma Vessel as Tengen's personality and consciousness overpowers it. Failing to merge can have unexpected results on both his physical and spiritual essence, as we now see after Riko Amanai is killed before the process can be completed. Since the required merger with the Star Plasma Vessel didn't happen, Tengen's body began to evolve rapidly beyond that of a human, making him much closer to a cursed spirit. Thanks to his sheer willpower, Tengen has managed to maintain his consciousness along with the barriers. Having started his ascension from humanity, his essence is now connected to the earth itself. Outside of this, his evolution can already be seen in his physical appearance as well. Tengen himself admits that he once looked much more human, but now, due to his failure to assimilate with Riko Amanai, he has gained a cylindrical-shaped head, which he covers with a simple robe. Nobody knows how far his evolution will take him, and the effects it will ultimately have on his psyche. Eventually, he might just lose all semblance of humanity and even become a threat. The immortality that grants him such strength and longevity, therefore, is also a cause of major concern and vulnerability, at least in our opinion. What do Tengen's barriers actually do? Despite being a non-combatant, Tengen is still considered to be one of the most powerful sorcerers in existence. Aside from the curse technique that grants him immortality, he's indisputably the strongest barrier user of all time in the Jujutsu world. Even Kenjaku, who is considered exceptionally talented in this field, pales in comparison to Tengen when it comes to barriers. In Jujutsu Kaisen, barriers are territories created using cursed energy that can be used for a variety of purposes, like concealment and containment. Depending on the skills of the user, a barrier can be made even more complex using binding vows and cursed objects. Tengen's own barriers have numerous functions. For instance, his barrier is used to make the Jujutsu high schools virtually untraceable by ordinary people and cursed spirits. The entrance to his lair, the Tomb of the Star Corridor, is also hidden behind an extremely complicated barrier that creates over 1,000 doors that are constantly shuffling. In order to access the Star Corridor, the individuals must be able to determine the correct door, but thanks to their number and shuffling nature, it makes it almost impossible. This barrier is also used to hide dangerous cursed tools and objects that the sorcerers have collected over the centuries. It's widely considered to be the most complex concealment barrier in place, and it's a testament to his strength that he has it deployed 24 hours a day for as long as he has probably existed. There are also 3 other barriers which cover the Imperial Palace, Yamakuni Mausoleum, and Mount Hilda, which are all extremely important locations, just like the Tomb of the Star Corridor, to the Jujutsu world. The main function of his barrier is to stop the spread of cursed energy outside of Japan by concentrating it within the country. This has the added bonus of allowing sorcerers to be more efficient with their cursed energy usage, allowing for an easier time during combat. The barrier, however, isn't absolute and can be penetrated by several means, especially if you have an insider working with you from within the barrier. There are also certain things like cursed objects which can escape its filtration system, allowing ill-intentioned individuals to exploit this weakness. One could say that the very stability of the Jujutsu world and its delicate balance with the ordinary world depends on Tengen's barrier. Now, with Kenjaku also utilizing these barriers for the Culling Games, they serve yet another nefarious purpose whose true intentions will only be revealed in due course. What's going on in the Tombs of the Star? The Tomb of the Stars, as mentioned earlier, is one of the most important sites in the Jujutsu world. It functions as a base of operation for Tengen, but it shouldn't be mistaken for some sort of lair or den. Located beneath the Tokyo Jujutsu High School, the tombs are actually the innermost and most stable part of Tengen's barrier. The interesting thing to note here is that he doesn't merely reside within this barrier, he also exists as a part of it. After centuries of existence, despite merging with the star plasma vessels over the years, his evolution into something greater than human has not been completely stemmed. This is where Tengen's consciousness anchors itself so that it doesn't lose touch with his humanity. Just above the core, where the tombs are located, lie what are called the empty barriers. Just as their name suggests, these barriers are merely shells that can be shaped into any form Tengen desires. He can use these empty barriers for mere storage or to add additional layers to befuddle would-be intruders. Within the Tomb of the Stars, the laws of physics do not apply, as everything is orchestrated according to Tengen's will. Unless someone of considerable power were to override Tengen's authority, it's virtually impossible to break into the tombs without being invited. The existence of such a thing as the tomb only further reinforces Tengen's status as a non-combatant despite his immense powers. Being an immortal, his greatest ability is being able to outlast his opponents as he's unbound by time. This is why, as long as he can erect barriers that slow their progress or confuse them, half of his battle is already won. We know that he can maintain his barriers over decades and entire eras, so for anyone trying to fight him, they have to be constantly switched on, just like him. This is, of course, easier said than done. Even Kenjaku wasn't able to fully defeat him, instead manipulating events to use Tengen's powers for his own nefarious schemes. To summarize, the Tombs of Star Corridor function as a spatial keystone upon which the entire Jujutsu society is based. Its disruption or destruction could have unimaginable repercussions not just on the Jujutsu community, but the entire world. Why is Kenjaku so focused on Tengen? The reason Kenjaku is so focused on Tengen is that the villain understands the old monk's role in upholding the Jujutsu world. The Culling Games, while initially appearing as a mere mindless desire of a sorcerer to relive the bloody days of the Heian period, are revealed to be much more sinister in nature. We learn that at the end of the second season, Kenjaku had used Tengen's barriers to create colonies for his infernal games. We know that Tengen's barrier serves to contain the cursed energy within Japan and allows sorcerers to tap into it much more easily. By initiating the Culling Games, Kenjaku hopes to generate so much cursed energy that humanity would begin to merge with Tengen himself through his barriers. This would result in the creation of transcendent beings who are neither human nor cursed spirits. In this way, he hoped to see the true potential of cursed energy realized, a goal which he's been working on for eons. The resulting merger would destroy the barriers, leading to cursed energy flooding outside of Japan and enveloping the world, repeating the process endlessly, forcing global evolution and catastrophe on an unprecedented scale. Kenjaku realizes that it is only through Tengen, who is indeed the spiritual and spatial foundation of the Jujutsu world, that he can rewrite reality as it exists. This is the reason why he's so hyper-fixated on the ancient sorcerer. Marvelous verdict! Well, there you have it, folks. You can see why Tengen is considered one of the most enigmatic and critical figures in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe, even though he remains largely in the background, away from the real action. His legacy and role aren't about combat, but the unseen architecture that he weaves, which is responsible for holding together the entire fabric of this universe. From hiding civilians from the Jujutsu world to assisting his fellow sorcerers in combating cursed spirits, Tengen is the reason why the delicate balance between the human and supernatural world exists. By the time the third season of Jujutsu Kaisen takes place, he's less of a sorcerer and more of a deity. We hope this video helped you understand his character better in preparation for the ongoing season and its events. Thanks for sticking with us right to the end of this one. We hope to see you soon in the next, but until then, stay safe and stay marvelous.